Ja, Corona zu haben ist geil. Ich spiele mal Minecraft jetzt. Ich habe ja immer das Problem gehabt, dass nichts gerendert ist bei mir. Jetzt habe ich ja inzwischen gefixt. Mir aufgefallen.
Australians want Steve Irwin on their money and not King Charles. Irwin, otherwise known as the Crocodile Hunter, died in September 2006 after he was struck in the chest by a stingray barb. And now he's the most requested name to appear on the country's cash. It is even suggested that the dollar will be known as a croc and $100 will be known as a crikey. It's pretty wholesome. Australians want...
Sehr, ja. Der Typ ist ja krass.
Here comes Nala, swimming in the water. She's just having a blast right now. We're up at, I don't even know what this lake is called. I think it's Betsy Lake or something.
Smith and Wesson made my night with some compassion. Fuck a beat. I was trying to beat a cake. Smith and Wesson made my night was...
Aus dem Englischen übersetzt. Tamer Trevor.
compassion.
Also man merkt, ich bin sehr verschleimt im Hals. Also irgendwie habe ich es jetzt so gemacht, dass meine HDD gar nicht mehr benutzt wird, sondern noch meine SSD. Oh, jetzt wird es natürlich benutzt irgendwie. Teilweise wird die immer benutzt, teilweise auch nicht, ich weiß nicht genau. Ihr seht, es lädt irgendwie viel schneller. Das Video müssen wir mal schauen. Aber zuerst.
Jeffrey believes the fitness YouTubers when they say that there's no such thing as a perfect diet. And so Jeffrey follows the fitness YouTubers' advice to eat junk food as long as it fits his macros. Jeffrey gets fat.
Like, there was like 10 years. But let's see. Arjit Play says, hello man, how are you today? I'm good, how are you? Thanks for being in stream chat today. Let's see. Zigco says, Fit, my friend said that 2B2T doesn't have any other redeeming qualities except its history. What do you have to say about that? I mean, that's not a lie. That is literally not a lie. The history is what makes it interesting. It's sort of like, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. But I can't really think of one right now. But no, that is not a lie. The history is what makes it interesting for sure. Okay, so Jambus in stream chat says, how boring is it searching for a base? Well, if I'm streaming it, it's not bad because I get to talk to you, the stream chat, and like actually communicate with my viewers and like, you know, have this back and forth. But like back in the day when I would base hunt on 2B2T and it was just, remember this is before YouTube, when I was just base hunting, if you were just going through wilderness and wilderness and wilderness, it did get boring after a while, but you just kept pushing through it in hopes you would find something. Quicksilver says, is it possible to play 2B2T in vanilla? Yes, it's very possible to play it in vanilla. It's very challenging, but it's doable. Like I said, my first 2 years on 2B2T was in vanilla. Okay? So it is definitely possible to survive. And it's like I said, if you are bored of regular Minecraft and you're looking for a challenge, play 2B2T in vanilla. Because it is the ultimate challenge. Especially if you live near spawn. Stefan says, when's the Iceland trip, bro? I'll buy you some fermented sheep balls for a taste test. You know, I would probably try them. And I know I would probably try them. Because, I mean, how bad could they be? I have eaten some absolutely repulsive food over the years. Things that would make a grown man puke. So how bad could they really be? Will Morley, I'm not going to say that because out of context, that is going to sound horrible. Like normally I don't mind doing requests for people, but if I could recognize already that out of context, it is going to be god awful. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You know. Fit, do you get kicked from 2B2T for normal flying? With Elytra, it depends. If you're Elytra hacking, it will eventually kick you. If you're using vanilla fireworks, you don't get kicked as often, but you still can be if you're going fast enough for the anti-cheat to think you're up to some shenanigans. So it really all depends. But you can fly at the Elytra, but I just prefer horseback right now because it conserves on our resources. Because I haven't stocked, so I'm on the K-Pop Bob account right now. I have not stocked K-Pop Bob with a lot of gear in a while, and I'm kind of far away from where I would normally restock this alt. So I'm just trying to conserve resources by going on horseback. And, you know, we get disconnected less often with the horse than we do with Elytra, so that's also why we do it. But anyway. When am I coming to the Czech Republic? I'm gonna check myself before I wreck myself. That wasn't funny, I apologize. Like I said, I'll make it there eventually. You know, there's a lot going on in the world right now. You know, so I'm very, you know, I'm very mindful when I do international travel. Come to Brazil. Is it going to be, it's going to be like that episode of Smiling Friends where I'm just going to get trapped in the airport at Brazil. I just saw you in a Welm video. Oh yeah, I met up with Welm at TwitchCon. We
Mal schauen. Yep. Ah ja. Hopp, lass weiterbauen. Den World Eater, oder?
Like I said, the only places I've been in like the Europe region, I've been to Portugal, I've been to Italy, I've been to the Netherlands, and then technically I was in England, but only for an hour because I was at Heathrow, like the airport. Like I was just stopping in England briefly, and that was enough. Trust me, that's all I could handle of you British people. No, I'm just kidding. But I do actually want to go to England and actually make a trip out of it at some point. But I need a good reason to go. You know what I'm saying? To be too spooky for me. That's right, time traveler. That's right. Oh, I've got some donos here that I missed out on. Let me get caught up on them. Redden Santiago, thanks for the 10. Oh, someone says, Fit, say something in Italian. Una tazza di caffè nero, per favore.
Das sagt er irgendwie immer.
That is my broken Italian for 1 cup of black coffee, please. And I know native speaking Italians are probably like, dude, that's not enough. But I tried, you know. Samuel Pyle says, my 2B2T base was griefed at the beginning of this year, and I just respawned at spawn, and I'm thinking about trying to escape spawn again, but it is harder than I remember. Okay, so is it harder than you remember? Is 2B2T spawn actually harder to escape, or do you feel like it's getting easier over the years? Like stream chat, let me ask you this right now. Is 2B2T spawn, is it too easy to escape these days? Has it gotten easier over the years? What do you think? Because I keep getting comments that like, oh, spawn was too easy to escape. It was too easy. Yeah, I got a lot of people saying it's way easier than it used to be. I keep getting those comments. It's something we're gonna have to look into. We might have to do something about that. We might have to do something about that. Let's see. Duskin Dawn says, LOL, if you find my base by any chance, put a sign on the signboard. Will do. The odds of us coming across your base in this live stream, it would be very low. It has happened before where we found a base that belonged to a viewer, but it rarely happens. But if we do come across it, I will leave a sign, and I will not grief it. That's a good cup of coffee. Ooh, 4 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not going to disturb that sugar cane. Let's see. The Kai says, what are people trying to achieve at this point? Well, on 2B2T, because we're all waiting for the update, it's just kind of like, what exploits can people find and what can they build right now using said exploits? That's what it's devolved down to. I mean, I will say this. It does suck that 2B2T's been on 1.12 for so long, but because we've been on 1.12 for so long, there has just been so many innovations when it comes to Minecraft exploits. Because we've been stuck in the same version. To keep people entertained, they've just been trying to break this version of Minecraft in every way they can. And it's led to some incredible innovation. Like literally, like, if it weren't for Minecraft 1.12 being 2B2T's version of choice for so many years, I mean, Leisure wouldn't have been motivated to create Baritone. Nerds Incorporated wouldn't have been able to exploit a paper vulnerability to give us the NoCom exploit. Like, all these exploits over the years are because of 1.12 vulnerabilities. And so, like, it's a weird, like, it's almost like a hacking renaissance, as weird as that sounds. Sorry, I'm blurry again. Can't stand being blurry. Let's see. Kitten Commander says, crossplay anarchy is the wave of the future. I DM'd your Discord, the IP, maybe you can come through, no traps, no BS, just grinding and exploring. Yeah, I might check it out, Kitten Commander. I'll let you know for sure. I might check it out. Red in Santiago says, your videos helped me through depression. You're the best YouTuber. Well, I'm glad. You know, depression is something that people struggle with, you know, and like, I personally, I don't have depression, but there are times where I feel down, you know, but just, you got to remember that there are people out there that care about you. And even if you have no one in this life that cares about you, just know that you even existing as a human being is a miracle of the universe. Something that you should absolutely cherish. You know, you could have been born into this life as anything. As a blade of grass. As a fruit fly. But you were lucky enough to materialize as a human being. And I think that's pretty dope. So never take that for granted. The ability to wake up every morning, sip a cup of coffee, and watch a sunrise. No other animal in the animal kingdom can do that, baby. Yeah, no other animal has caffeine addiction. Alright, but anyway. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so deep. This is a Minecraft stream. But, Bahamut Zero, hey, good to see you, says, I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Hara Kiri Rock. I need scissors. This is a reference that I don't understand, and I feel bad for not understanding it. I'm so sorry, Bahamut. This is one of those things, I should know it, but I just don't, and I apologize. Are there still underground ores on 2B2T? Of course there are. We can literally turn on X-ray right now, and there are plenty right in front of us. So people, outside of like the greater spawn region, ore generation is normal. There are trees, there are normal resources. It's just near spawn and like near the highways where things get super wacky. You know, 2B2T is very much like the Yakuza series. It is a bunch of tough guys getting into wacky situations. Let's see, will I ever go to Croatia? Maybe. One of my favorite game developers is from Croatia, Crow Team, the team that made Serious Sam. So, I mean, I hate to say that, like, that's all that I know from Croatia, but I mean, I know they're from Croatia, which is pretty cool. Oh yeah, and also, one of my favorite bands when I was growing up, Undercode, is from Croatia as well, I think. I think they're Croatian. I'm not sure, though. Someone's gonna have to fact-check that. Real American patriots are gonna have to fact-check if Undercode is from Croatia. There we go. We're the top 5 hack clients. Like I said, as a Minecraft YouTuber, I do not formally endorse the usage of hack clients. If you install a hack client, you are doing so at your own risk. But if I had to make a recommendation, I personally use Future and I use Impact. I know those two clients are safe, but everything else, I'm sure there are other safe clients as well, but you just need to do your research. Don't use shady websites. Do your due diligence, and if you are uncertain of your own ability to stay safe, then just play in vanilla. There's nothing wrong with that. Here, Lunar says, do you even lift, bro? I do lift, not as much as I used to because I do more bodyweight stuff now and more rock climbing. So I'm still strength training, but just in a different way. Jackson Douglas says, morning, brother. How are you doing, Jackson? Thanks for the kind donation. You are from Canada. You are from Canada. I love to see my Canadian brothers and sisters. How do you do green text in this chat? You don't. This is YouTube chat. This is not 2B2T chat where you can green text. Let's see. Fit, I know your coordinates. See you soon. Oh, God. If those were actually accurate, then I would have been spooked. I mean, I know this is a spooky live stream for Halloween, but that would have been wild. Oops. Took a little bit of damage there. No big deal. For us Finnish fans, I don't know what that word means in Finnish. I'm not going to say it. If I don't know what a word means, I'm not going to say it. You know, you got to remember, I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. You know, we always have to be super careful. We don't want Twitter to show up at our house with pitchforks. That's right. But dig straight down. Yeah, no, I could. Technically, I could. And as you can see, I'm not going to hit... Oh, yeah, I wouldn't hit lava if I dug straight down. Oh, no! I showed the bedrock pattern. Now I'm going to get cord exploited. Even though I'm sure someone is actually cord exploiting me right now, I'm almost positive someone is. Because like I said, the fact that we got stream sniped so quickly today tells me that someone is probably monitoring our current location. People are like, Fit, why haven't you logged into your main account on 2B2T in like well over a year? You know why. You know why. Because there's always shenanigans at play on 2B2T. There's always shenanigans at play. I'm not going to compromise my logout spot for my main account. I'd rather just travel on alts, make my content on alts. But like I said, so the real reason why I haven't logged into my main account Fit in a very long time on 2B2T is because he is in a very specific location right now. That's all I can say. He's in a very specific location he needs to be in. That's all I can say. Is Worst safe? It is, to my understanding, Worst is a safe client. It's not the best client, but it is safe. So I mean, it's sort of like the training wheels of hack clients. You know, it's got what you need. You know, I can't hate on Worst. As a utility client, it's pretty decent. Here Lunar says, where do you keep Rusher's shield? I have a lot of... Okay, so... As a lot of longtime viewers know, I have a lot of very valuable items on 2B2T that collectors would die for. I have Rusher's shield. I have the written book from Etika, rest his soul. We have so many different items that we've collected over the years that I keep them on unknown alts, so in the case there are ever more account exploits where people are able to log into my Minecraft accounts, they're not going to be able to find them. So like, for example, when there was that exploit going around, I think it was like 2 years ago, where my main account Fit got logged into because of that account exploit, they were not able to find any actual valuables because I keep them all on alt accounts. So I'm not going to tell you what accounts I've got the Rusher shield on or any of those other very special items. How is my horse walking on water? Because my horse is using Jesus hacks. No, literally, there's a hack called Jesus. It's right here. It lets your horse walk on water. So yeah, so if you've never been in one of my streams before and you're just coming into it for the first time and you see a horse running on water, you're going to be very confused if you just play vanilla Minecraft. It's understandable, for sure. Okay. All of my YouTube members always have the hardest names to pronounce in English, and I apologize if I butcher this. Lon Seattle says, guys, what's your opinion on Andrew Tate? I just don't understand why he hates women so much. Why you gotta hate on women, bro? FitMC loves women. Why does Andrew Tate gotta hate women? You know, I believe in equality. That's right, but let's see. So let's walk on water again with the Jesus hacks. That's right. Look at my horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Hold on. Is this a dungeon? It's a dungeon. Yep, it's a dungeon. I thought it was a base for a second. I know that brief little jingle I just sang. That was a deep cut for some of you. That was a very deep cut for some of you. I know some of you will understand the reference. FitMC is a Zoomer? No, I'm a millennial that is forced to be around Zoomers 24/7. You gotta understand, I didn't start YouTube as a Minecraft YouTube. I mean, like, obviously I've made YouTube videos just for fun for a long time, but I didn't become a YouTuber until I was 26 years old. I am a millennial in a Zoomer online world right now. And, you know, like I said, I'm still learning. No cap. No cap, for real, for real. That's right. I know I made some of you physically cringe right there, and it makes me feel good knowing that you were physically repulsed by what I just said. Rebel Dave says, morning fit from Florida man. Oh man, fellow Floridians in chat. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Now Fit's a boomer. I'm not Nasfi. I'm not a boomer. Also, Nasfi, I thought I modded you. You're one of my Discord mods, but you're not an actual... Okay. You have just been added as a mod. I don't know... Nasfi, I don't know why I didn't have you modded. That is so weird. For those that don't know, Nasfi is one of my Discord mods. But for some reason, he was not one of my YouTube mods. So, there you go. Fix that.
YouTuber.
Ultimate, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. I just realized something. Some of you, not all of you, I don't like to generalize, some of you are watching this stream right now.
Guck mal, wie geil das
And
jetzt
you're not
lädt.
actually subscribed to my channel. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you, but it's not right. You should absolutely hit that subscribe button right now. Give it to peer pressure. Hit that subscribe button. Don't you understand? I need that clout to survive, and if I don't have it, I have an existential crisis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a well-balanced adult that was a professional before becoming a YouTuber. I was a school teacher before I became a YouTuber. I've lived in the adult world. I'm very, blessed and happy that I've been able to become a YouTuber. But even one day when I fall off, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of these younger creators that have hit it massive at like age 16, 17, 18. I just hope they've got family around them and good friends to keep them grounded, because eventually, when that career comes to an end, I just hope that they're going to be all right, like mentally speaking, like from a mental health perspective. Because like I said, when you have experience in the real world and then you get to do something like this, you approach it with a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a knock on anyone. I'm just saying, like, if you're a younger creator and you make it big, just make sure you stay grounded, stay humble. Don't give in to the lavish lifestyle. Just be yourself. Don't let it go to your head. Sorry, I know I sound like I'm 32 years old. I sound like an old man lecturing people right now, but it's, I've had to mentor a lot of fellow creators, and just helping them to stay on the straight and narrow and just make sure that everything's on the up and up. Still become a content creator as a hobby, or would you have pursued it full time? Well, remember, I started YouTube as a joke. I mean, like, during the Russia War, like, the ad revenue I was making from videos was just like supplemental income. I was making like an extra, maybe like I want to say like from like 2016 through 2018, I was making maybe an extra like $800 a month just from YouTube, which is that's considerable for just something you're doing on the side as a hobby, you know. But in addition to teaching, it was good. But yeah, if it was just teaching on its own, I probably would have had to get a second job, because teachers are horribly underpaid. And like, you know, that's just it seems like it's a worldwide problem. It's not just in the United States. I will say this, being a YouTuber is a lot easier than being a school teacher. I will say that. I feel less pressure streaming in front of all of you right now than I did in front of like 20 students. And that's because like with YouTube, I can entertain you, and then when the stream is over, we all just go about our separate ways, right? We just go about our day. But when you're a teacher, you actually have the livelihood of the youth, like the future of this planet. We are guiding them. Like, that's a huge responsibility. That is way more responsibility than just entertaining people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed it. It was still very rewarding work, very challenging work. But YouTube is definitely a bit more laid back, and we are in a very new chunks right now. Look at this. Okay, so we need to find a new chunk trail, and pronto. Schedule going to be for now. I know I've been like very inactive in October just because I've been so busy. So if you want to stay more updated on streams and stuff like that, so obviously I have like Twitter and Instagram. I actually have an alt Twitter now. It's just FitMC alt. And that's where I'm going to be posting more random like stuff. And that's probably the best place to stay updated on when streams are going to happen. It's basically pardon my French. Well, I'm not even gonna say it. It's for crap posting. You know what I'm saying? It's for just me being silly, so I don't have to be silly on main. But that's probably the best place to stay updated on like what the streaming schedule is. I'll put out a tweet saying, "Hey, I'm going live in an hour." Blah blah blah. Is the stream over? No, it's not over. But it's gonna be over. We can't find a good chunk trail pretty soon. Although it looks like we are technically on one right now, so hopefully we continue to remain on it. Dalek, thank you so much. Says, yo, I haven't seen you stream in forever. I didn't even know you still did it. Also, my mom's a teacher. She knows your pains. Yeah. I mean, luckily, I taught 5th grade. If any of you ever become like school teachers, 5th grade is one of the best ages to teach. They are old enough where they get to do cool things like science experiments and things like that, and they have a lot of independence. But they're young enough where they're not giving you sass and talking back. It's like literally like you've got them at that perfect spot in their lives where they're smart but respectful. I mean, if you're teaching high school, oh, God bless you. Yeah, I did not teach high school because I probably would have ended up fighting my students. As horrible as that sounds, I would have been throwing hands with the amount of disrespect. But yeah, so, you know, huge shout out to anyone that does it. Q Brick says, bro, love your channel. Huge respect. Thank you, thank you. High school pays more. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, you know, it's risk and reward for certain. Let's see. SQOB says, my class was definitely the reason so many teachers of mine quit. Yeah, I never had a class that was bad enough for me to quit, but I've heard horror stories for sure. I mean, it sort of helped. I mean, I'm alright, please do not take this out of context. I'm not saying this to be sexist, but men in elementary school positions generally have less behavioral issues. I mean, that's not like, you know, that's not me just spitballing. That is something that I have witnessed in person. Me and a few of the other like fellow male teachers at the school that I worked at, we had way less behavioral issues than like the women did. And it's just, Maybe it's because my deep booming voice. Maybe that's what it really was. Maybe it has nothing to do with, you know, my gender. But, I mean, it just... And like I said, I know maybe that's not politically correct to say, but that's just what I experienced. And it's unfortunate, you know? So, you know, teaching is just not easy. And there's lots of factors that go into it that make it way harder on individuals than it should be. But, all right, enough about me ranting about teaching and, you know, it's, like I said, I'm done. Let's talk about Minecraft. So yeah, so camels. Yeah, how about them camels? Not the cigarette, the actual animal. Oh no. Someone just donated, but they have a word in their name that I don't want to say. They have a word in their name I don't want to say. Because it's a word that I said in my videos I was not going to say anymore because it's cringe. It is cringe incarnate. And I just refuse to say it.
Oh, woo.
Fit, are you friends with Sal C1? Yes. In fact, in my most recent video, so Sal C1 and I, you know, we collaborate a lot. We always make sure that we're not making videos on the exact same thing. But it just so happened that our most recent videos were both about Sky Masons. So we made sure that we talked, I mean, because Sky Masons was such a huge event that we were able to both make a video that talked about different things. He was able to talk more about the grief and the reasons why Sky Masons was griefed. I was able to talk more about the construction progress and also like the Gringotts system. I mean, really, like the Gringotts system is why I wanted to make the video, because literally Leisure is like, I've never met anyone like Leisure before. The man just knows Minecraft in and out like nobody's business and can just put together all these systems that operate in the game that just blow my mind. Like, I'm like a literal caveman compared to this individual. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's always cool to see what shenanigans Leisure is up to. Let's see. Julian says, Fit, do you feel like 2B2T will lack material to make content with someday? Like I said this earlier in the stream, when 2B2T updates, it's going to provide a world of opportunities for content. I have so many ideas that have just been on the shelf for years where we've been waiting. But if it doesn't update, I mean, eventually the server population will decline. It will be harder to make content. Not impossible, because as long as there's 2 people left on the server, they're going to try and kill each other, and that makes for an interesting story. But I mean, an update would definitely be, it would breathe life into the server for sure. John Silver, thanks for the $10 donation, says, here's a secret that could help you for a future video. You look for Tristan, look for Vex and Team Justice from StarCraft. I don't know what that means, but I could look into it. Love Tree says, Fit, what's your opinions on Governor DeSantis hurricane cleanup? Boots? Wait, boots? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't talk about politics. Like I said, I'm a Minecraft YouTuber. I'm not a politician. You know, I'm not using my platform to talk about politics. I just like to talk about block game. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as a Floridian, I am not a fan of Ron DeSantis. At first, when he became governor, he said he was going to, like, clean up the algae blooms and said he was caring about the environment and he was going to stop all the sugarcane farms in the center of the state from polluting our rivers. And it just fell back on that promise. So, like, I care a lot about the environment in Florida because water is a precious resource here. The Everglades are a precious resource. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan in that regard. But that's not really political. That's just sort of like just about the environment. Yeah, what? A politician lied? What? Sussy Among Us imposter? What? Stephen Mickey says, has anyone told you that you look like Rasputin from Hellboy? You know, I get that from... okay, not a lot, but I have had that referenced before, so you are not the first. Oh, so Lovetree says he had on white boots to a hurricane cleanup. Oh, interesting. Yeah, yeah. That is a fashion faux pas. Fit, do you prefer diamond sword or axe? I mean, I've always just used an axe on 2B2T because I guess I was just a hipster and I liked using the weapon that not everyone else used. But then it turned out for like 1.8 or like 1.9 combat and above, the axe was actually really good. So I mean, yeah, I guess that's the weapon of choice. But once we get updates on 2B2T, I'm definitely rocking the trident. I don't care if it sucks. I'm a spear chad. Spear chad's where you at in chat right now. I like taking a pointy stick and I like poking things with it. I like stabbing. Stab, stab, stab. Okay. I got a little carried away there. But it's true. I like the spears. I like spears. It is my weapon of choice. Like, all these people are like, oh, I use the sword. If you actually... Okay. If you actually look at history, the spear is like the goated weapon of all time. You don't need any training to use it. You literally just pick it up and you poke with it. And you don't... Military training, swordsmanship. Nah, just give a farmer a literal pointy stick and you can conquer the world. Like literally, it's like min-maxing combat. And there are some people will be like, well, what if I grab the spear from you? Well, then that's why you have a short sword as your backup weapon. Yeah. Oh, and let's talk about hammers too. Yeah, if you were wearing armor and my spear cannot pierce your armor, oh, we just get a good old hammer. Armor? What armor? We got a little blunt force trauma for you. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm nerding out a bit for like, you know, never mind. See, this is what happens when we don't find a base on 2B2T. I just go on these tangents about all the most random topics in the world. Video Sako says, how long did it take for you to grow this beard? It has taken over 2 years. Like I said, the beard goes down past my nipples, like it's to like the middle of my chest now. It is starting to get a little thin on the bottom, which means it may be reaching terminal length very soon, which means the longest a beard hair can get before it falls out. There are certain oils you can use and certain like maintenance you can do on your beard to keep the hairs in longer, but it's very difficult the longer it gets. Alexi says spears are based. Absolutely. Fit, can you do the rock eyebrow raise? There we go. There we go. There are some people that can't lift one eyebrow. Is there... Okay. If you... How should I put this? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it a poll. Where's my poll option? Where is my poll option? Engage with the audience. Start a poll. There we go. Can you raise a single eyebrow? There we go. I just posted a poll in the chat. So tell me right now. Namo says, Fit, how many gators do you see daily in Florida? Love from Thailand. If I am driving, okay, there's a certain highway near me where if you drive down it, you would, like, especially during, like, the dry season, you will see gators on the side of the road, like, sunning themselves, because they come up from, like, the water and, like, the Everglades and stuff. So there is a certain road where if you drive down it, you will see a gator. When I used to be an elementary school teacher, there was actually once a small alligator that was on the playground that had wandered in from a nearby, like, freshwater lake. That was interesting. So I do see them from time to time. Yeah, sometimes they're on golf courses. You know, you just... They don't really bother anyone. As long as you're not a small child at Disney World, they want nothing to do with you. Let's see. Okay. Wow. only 66% can actually raise only a single eyebrow. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Now, here's the thing. Can you do, okay, with your finger, can you do this? Where you just, like, get, like, the top of it to be flat like that. I think that comes from rock climbing so much. I can just, like, manipulate my finger strength a lot more. Epic Swag says, I can only wink with my left eye. That's interesting. So you can't use your right or your left or whatever. Alphabet says, would you dye your beard bright green so it can be chroma keyed? Folks, if you ever see me with a dyed green beard, please contact a mental health professional because I have lost it at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? I've completely lost it. And, you know, it's just... Yeah, you know, you just... I need help at that point. That would be a cry for help. A green beard would be the most obvious cry for help imaginable. So, no, I'm not going to do that. It's Firestorm says, hey, Fit, do you know anything about this No Server November plan? I know nothing about it. And I'll put it to you like this. We'll probably be doing a lot of 2010 World streams in November because it sounds like 2B2T is going to be having an interesting November like it always does. I mean, that's not confirmed, but I'm sure people are going to try because they always do. I'm sure people are going to build lag machines, you know, do all these things. It's just, it is what it is. It's the 31st here in Australia, so it's actually Halloween now in Australia. Very nice, very spooky, very festive. There we go. Hey, Fit, what's your opinion on the new mob vote? I was rooting for the Sniffer. I'm glad the Sniffer won, but let's be real. The mob vote, the Sniffer was the best mob by a long shot. And I think Mojang made it that way. They sort of made the other mobs mid on purpose. So, and like the Sniffer was just way better than all the other options. Like, so it's just one of those things where it was just sort of like, the vote was the illusion of choice. It was a technicality, you know. It was just sort of like, you know, like I said, I think the Sniffer's a cool mob, though. I think it is a cool mob. So I'm glad it won. You know, but I would have preferred all the mobs. I would have preferred all of them. But, you know, it's, we gotta take what we can get at this point. You know, and Mojang's gonna do what they're gonna do, so we just gotta be patient and be respectful and hope for the best. Hope for the best. But, alright, we're stuck in some trees right now. I'm just glad that, even though we haven't found a base, I'm just glad that we've been able to evade the stream snipers for over an hour now. Because remember, we did get stream sniped at the start of the stream, so I'm glad we were able to get away with our lives and our horse's life. Pavelonad, thank you so much for that kind donation. Says, hi, Fit. Well, hello. How are you doing today? There we go. Yeah, I think this chunk trail is just kind of leading us to nowhere. We haven't found any player-made structures in like over half an hour. Not even another portal. Just nothing. So hopefully, you know, like I said, I don't have high hopes, but you know, it is what it is. Dylan says, are you going to any 2B Halloween events? I know there have been some that have been happening, but just my schedule hasn't lined up to actually participate in them this year. I have a very busy day today and on Halloween itself, so I probably am not going to be able to make any of the Halloween events on 2B2T, but I've been seeing screenshots of some of the builds, and they look pretty spooky, so it's good to know that others are in the festive spirit, you know, so that's cool. Is 2B2T 1.16 now? No, so this is just the texture pack, the Jappa textures from like the most recent version of Minecraft. 2B2T is 1.19 compatible now, so you can join if you're in the 1.19 version, but the server itself is still on 1.12. But hopefully that's changing soon because the tests are ramping up and we are getting closer and closer to actually receiving the update. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's going to happen. Cropsu says, can you find stashes on 100K? Yes, you can. You can find stashes pretty much anywhere. But yeah, the farther out you go, the more likely you are to find one intact, but it's just a little bit more challenging. Oh my god, I just realized what time it is. So, listen folks. I have to meet some people to work out today in about like 20 minutes. So, I hate to say this, but we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. It's time for me to end the stream today. We didn't find anything, but hey, at least we started out in a cool place, and we actually got away from the stream sniper, so I was happy about that. As a reminder, some of you are watching right now and you're not actually subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And also follow my socials as well. I appreciate that, you know, as always. And, you know, Stream Chat, I always appreciate you being respectful. You guys are always super fun to talk to on my streams. It's always a great time, so I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that supports the channel. I've got some new 2B2T content in the works. I've got at least 2 videos slated for November. Maybe a third we can sneak in there. We'll see. But I'm looking very forward to releasing them, and I hope you will enjoy them. So take it easy, Fit Fam, and stay alive out there, all right? No, I'm serious. It's spooky out there, so you better stay alive, all right?
Geh hoch in mein Zimmer und guck. Geh hoch und guck, Luke. Ich habe schon seit Monaten keine Chipshop-Flasche mehr mit hochgenommen. Seit Monaten. Du Schweinkopf! Initiator. Okay, Digga. Ja, abbrechen. Solo. Mein Stuhl ist gerade irgendwie wieder 10 Meter runter. Alles ist leiser geworden. Um mich herum absolut alles. Alles so gestummt. Ja, mir selbst kommt es voll unangenehm. Hallo! Das hört sich gruselig an. Schmutz. Schmutz. Ah, schade, dass die den reingemacht haben. Oh. Wow, das ist eine Abwandlung von dem. Ja, stimmt.
Let me tell you why you're here. Mir ist ein bisschen disselig im Kopf.
Wie heißt du?
Ey, also die Beats von damals waren doch einfach anders krass. Wie geht's denn? Ich meine, aber immer die Season 4 Tänze. Achtung. Das ist ja schon aus Season 4 gewesen. Was? Wait, Electro Swing war nicht aus Season 4? Von wann dann?
Here.
What up, nerd? On guns, my next guest has strong words for me. He says I'm off the rails on guns in America.
Abgefucktes Aim. Oha. Alter, chill. halt echt jetzt aufpassen mit dem Aiming hier. Okay. Mein Schädel ist sehr, sehr rot, seitdem ich herausgefunden habe, warum. Die Waffe ist echt uncool. Cloud? Man sieht's nicht. Glaubt mir, es ist da. Hier sieht man's doch. Ach, egal. Twist, was Twist. Natürlich, den habe ich. Natürlich. Ah! Alles ist so leise, ich höre nichts, Mann. Das ist so unangenehm. Ich will mich umbringen.
I saw a professor at an event something like this. He came out and trumpeted this bloody, environmentally friendly house he built. And then he came out to all the kids and he said, you know, my wife and I decided that we were only going to have one child. And I think that's one of the most ethical things we could have possibly done. And I would strongly encourage you to do the same. I don't know where he thought he was, but to come out in front of all those kids and basically tell them that the whole human enterprise is so goddamn corrupt that the best thing they can possibly do is limit there's no excuse for that. And you think, well, you know, we're going to destroy the planet. We have to do this. We have to demoralize the youth to be ethical. It's like, yeah, really, that's your theory? You're going to demoralize young people to be ethical? You have no idea how many people that's killing. I see people everywhere, all over the world, are so demoralized, especially young people with a conscience, because they've been told since they were little that there's nothing to them but corruption and power. It's like, how the hell do you expect them to react? You know, well, I shouldn't do anything then, you know. I saw a professor at an event something like this. He came out and trumpeted this bloody, environmentally friendly house he built. And then he came out to all the kids and he said, you know, my wife and I decided that we were only going to have one child. And I think that's one of the most ethical things we could have possibly done. And I would strongly encourage you to do the same. I don't know where he thought he was, but to come out in front of all those kids and basically tell them that the whole
Scheiß drauf. Legalized anabolic steroids. Hä? Das ist Breakout. So. Doch, 100 Pro, Mann. Doch. Ah ja, Season 7. Ja. Als ob ich Twist nicht habe. Hä? Aber nicht. Schade. Der Tanz war auch nicht so geil. Hör dieses Rock-Ding von wann ist das? Hier. Ronnie Coleman halt. Rocket Rides auf dem Wasser.
Ich habe blank gezogen.
The mortal realm. You hear that? I'm back. I has returned. I is coming. The mortal realm.
Schauen wir jetzt gleich auf zu streamen laufen. Stell ich die Bitrate runter, dass mein zu viel vom Internet ist, weil es jetzt sehr die ganze Zeit. Laber nicht, hä? Egal.